Hi, I'm Mikata, and welcome back to Sanctuary, where my Arctic set Barbarian is trying to beat the game on hardcore. This is the recap of the Hell Blade. For this particular section, I chose to be mostly Leap Barbarian, because the Arctic set does not provide any good damage. Like, I have no multipliers of damage with my Barbarian with the Arctic set. So my damage was pretty low. And the plan was I'll jump through the end. Early on in Act 1, I decided to flex my muscle and to see how good this run will be by going to the tower. That was the ultimate challenge that is usually deadly. So if I were able to beat the tower, I think there were few things left in the game that could stop me. So I did just that, and it went well. Um, I was pleasantly surprised that I did a tower run with my barbarian, who was quite underleveled. In BTDiablo, all areas are level 85, so the tower is level 85, and I am 66, 65, something like that. In Act 2, I went through the usual choke point, the Maggot Lair, slowly and patiently. I took my time, I jumped, I shoot the minions where I had to, and I let the mercenary do most of the heavy lifting. Then we get to Act 3. In Travincal, I messed up my gameplay. I did not switch to the proper weapon. I changed from the teleport staff to the bow and back and messed it up, and I survived barely there. You can see I don't have the numbers of health remaining, but if that's not one health remaining, I don't know what else it could be. So Travincal was as close to death as I could get on this run so far. And then we get to the next choke point, the Chaos Sanctuary. This is usually a very tough place, especially for melee characters and or hitting characters, for non-casters, I mean. And in my particular case, with my 600 damage per arrow, it was especially difficult. Venom Lords are my favorite minion type going forward, because they are the only minion type that I could create Grimward out of. And the plan and the strategy was trying to kill a Venom Lord, create a Grimward totem, then trying to pull minions closer to the Grimward totem so I can stun them, so the mercenary can hit them, can kill them, and if there are a few monsters and they are slowed by the Grimward totem, I can even try shooting at them, which turned out to be a good strategy. I was able to get through the game, get through the Chaos Sanctuary, and I was able to get to Act 5. Moving forward an hour or so, we get to the next, to the last but one choke point in the game, the Ancients. I had hoped that my leap can stun the Ancients as well, just as with the monsters, even with the boss packs, but it turned out not to be the case. So, as I was not able to stun them, I needed semi-decent variation of Ancients. of their affixes. I was able to split them at some point, and I was able to kill Madauk and Korlik, which left me only with Talik, who had cursed. No problem, I'm a ranged character, so I can just run away from him and I'll be fine, right? The problem was that there was nobody else to do damage. My mercenary died pretty quickly. That's something expected. It was even uh, surprising that he survived previous two fights, the previous two ancient barbarians. So it was me against Talik in a long fight. My 600 maximum damage took quite a while. Thankfully, in BTDiablo, all arrows and bolts have replenished quantity. So I was able to switch between the different quivers, the different arrows, sets of arrows that I had in my cube. So I was able, in the end, I was able to defeat Talik, which was pretty pleasant and also pretty surprising. I literally thought that this fight will be the last for my Barbarian. And then I jumped through Worldstone Keep, which was still challenging and I still had my moments, and I got to the throne room, where the usual strategy of stunning everything while my mercenary is killing them went pretty well, so I was able to defeat the Baal waves. And I entered the Worldstone Chamber, where the final fight with Baal was not that impressive compared to the Talik fight that I previously mentioned, and I was able to defeat Baal, and I I was able to beat the game in hardcore difficulty with a barbarian using using only the Arctic set. So I am pretty impressed by my achievement, and let me show you the build, the final gear that I had, and the third time is a charm. So this is my Guardian Amazonarian level 70. This time the showcase will not be in the Worldstone Chamber, as my daughters wanted to play Diablo, so I had to exit before I record this recap. And this is the final build that I used. 75 strength so I can equip the Arctic bow. Dexterity and vitality split almost evenly, so I have some attack rating and some damage. I have pretty good resists, and in a moment I'll show why that is. On the advanced stats, you'll notice that I have no crushing blow because I use Arctic set gloves, and I cannot swap these to put blood gloves, so I had to run without crushing blow. The rest of the gear: Arctic bow, 2 barbarian skills helm, Arctic armor, and Arctic belt. Xaros boots, resists on the rings, and amulet. And the reason why I have this good resists is the arrows. You can see in BTDiablo arrows can have sockets, and I was able to put runes, and I have 70 lightning resist and 35 fire resist. Also, they naturally have better chance of getting magic items per character level and replenishes quantity that I've already mentioned. The charms, nothing too crazy, a couple of good max damage and attack rating charms, and the rest are usual attack rating, resists, and other helpful mods. The build: Battle Orders, Grimward fully synergized, find potions so I have some way to increase my damage output. Also the crowd control of the slowness was really helpful. Battle Cry was handy as well. You've seen in hell difficulty I have mostly relied on leap, and I have 1 point wonders in the masteries. My mercenary. He still uses a strength rune word only in a partisan that's not even ethereal, but I couldn't find a better base that I could equip on level 69 and even lower. I started like 66 the hell part of the playthrough. Skin of the Viper Magi, one of the good drops on this run. Crafted helm, life, and resists and damage attack rating on the rest of the gear. Blessed, so I have some attack rating on my character. With the aura, I think I go to something like 8000 attack rating in BTDiablo. Some of the drops. Baal dropped me a rock fleece, again graded, updated, useful item in BTDiablo, and ethereal blood fists. Also, I found an Archon staff, not very useful, still good drop, good item. Ethereal Conquest Sword, this one that I cannot pronounce. Honin's Justice, just a random Ogre Axe that I kept so I can craft it, but I did not get to that. And this is the other mercenary weapon that I was using when I did not need Crushing Blow that much. In the cube I have my Magic Find gear and 1 point to enchant that I was also using from time to time. The other drops are nothing too interesting. A couple of core runes, one Lurm rune. I have a good jewel, increased attack speed, attack rating, and fire resist. I could have easily put that in another set of arrows and probably would have helped just a bit. So this is how I beat the game in hardcore using the Arctic set. This was fun, it was challenging, it was, yeah, I'll leave it there. It was fun and it was challenging. I'll link the playlist with the whole Arctic set clips and videos so you can check the whole progress if you haven't. And I'll be really happy if you leave me a comment below and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!